It seems we're a little bit directionless today after those strong gains we saw yesterday, although we have started to eke out some positive movements as we head into the afternoon.
Yes, well, we opened quite firm this morning and we saw a big pickup in the exchange again, following on from yesterday's big move. But I think profit taking did come in, and we're waiting for quite a lot of results coming out of the States this morning. We've got DuPont that's just released numbers which are better than expected. We have Caterpillar and we have Pfizer coming out with numbers as well. So I think people taking a little bit of profit and waiting back to see those numbers come out in the next few hours.
Of course, I've seen some stats that show of the 69 companies that had reported by lunchtime yesterday of the S&P 500, 79% of those had beaten expectations. So it really seems that companies are coming to the party with the third quarter results, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks pretty good, the numbers so far, and a lot of it has been top line revenue increases and not just bottom line from cost cutting. You have to dissect the numbers to make sure that the revenue is coming from the top line and not bottom line. But so far the numbers have looked good. Apple's sales were very good yesterday, also suggesting that the consumer is starting to recover slowly in the States, and the American consumer makes up 70% of that market.
And of course the Coca-Cola numbers will also give us an indication of what consumers are feeling at the moment, won't they?
Yes, they will. They'll be out later this afternoon as well. I think it's 8 o'clock US time, so probably just a few hours to go until we see those Coca-Cola numbers. And yeah, we'll see those. We've got Caterpillar as well. So Caterpillar will give us a direction on some of the big industrials. Take a look at Barlow's when those Caterpillar number comes out later today. And I think Barlow's could also surprise on the upside when their numbers come out.
Now, we also had the FTSE trading weaker this morning. I mean, do you think this is just a bit of consolidation or profit taking? Because we have seen some pretty strong moves on markets across the globe.
Yes, yesterday we had some very strong moves on the exchanges all across the world, and I think it is a little bit of consolidation, profit taking. Some people have had a really good month or two in the exchanges. Have made quite a lot of money, percentage returns of about 20-25% in some regards. I think a little bit of consolidation, so there is selling coming through. It's not short selling, it's just covering some of the long positions. So there's a little bit of consolidation and profit taking at the moment.
Now, we do have some economic data coming out of the United States later this afternoon. At 2:30 we have the US housing starts and building permits. We also have PPI data. Do you think that the market's going to be focusing on those numbers, or do you think they'll be more focused on the results coming out?
Well, a bit of both. I think the housing data is still a little bit worrying in the States. We saw yesterday's number not fantastic. I think that the government has put a stimulus package in where first-time buyers get an $8,000 discount, and that's coming to an end in November, and that people are worried that will impact the new housing starts that will be coming through. So it is a very important number still, but maybe if it's in line with expectations, it will be superseded by very good earnings.
Of course, Alicia was chatting about that weak dollar, and of course we saw gold this morning trading at $1,067 an ounce, so getting close to that all-time high that it's hit last week, and of course that's supporting our gold stocks.
Yes, it is. I mean, very good, very solid gold price. I think the dollar is going to remain weak. We've got PPI numbers coming out of the States, and we'll see if there's going to be any inflation coming through those numbers. Without much inflation, there's not going to be, the Fed's not really going to move interest rates up in the States, and while interest rates are still so low, the dollar's not really going to recover. So the commodities are going to be benefit from that, and we can see already gold now firmly over the 1050 level, and now trying to break the new high of 1070. So very good for our gold miners. Obviously the strong rand hampering them a little bit, so you'd like to go for somebody like Anglo Gold rather than someone like Harmony, which is only South African based.
Of course, we saw our industrial shares under pressure this morning. We had that Vodacom trading statement. Its share price was down almost 4% at one point, so not being interpreted very well by the market.
No, it's obviously their first results since they've been a listed company, and not very good numbers from them. They say that going forward they also see it being quite a difficult first half of 2010, so not the best numbers. And if you take into account that there could be some price adjustments with the interconnect fees, that's also looking poorly for Vodacom. So not the best set of results, and they've still got a few headwinds coming through that might impact their earnings.
Okay, but a bit more of a positive statement coming out from Pioneer Foods. And what was its share price doing?
Yeah, Premier Foods, they came out with quite good numbers. Their results are going to be to 20 to 30% better going forward. There they've got a lot of cost reductions from the amount of input costs that they've got into their foods, obviously reducing their prices, but as the price of their foods come down, so the inventories move much quicker, the debtors are much less, and therefore their cash position is much better, and with that cash position being much better, they can reduce their costs significantly, especially on financing. So looking quite solid, consolidating nicely, and a good stock for the future.
Of course, we do have the Monetary Policy Committee kicking off its two-day meeting tomorrow. What's Nedbank Capital's view? Will we get another interest rate cut?
We think probably that it will be no change tomorrow. We've got inflationary pressures from Eskom with the increase in obviously in the electricity fees that they want to charge, and also very high oil prices that for now looks like they're going to be trading up to $80. Besides that, though, the manufacturing is still very, very depressed. We need a slightly weaker rand to get the real economy moving and the manufacturing moving. And I think that manufacturing sector of the market will overweigh any other inflationary measures, so we think that we'll have an unchanged interest rate tomorrow.